third day, or I guess third to last. I guess today would be second to last. No, today would be third to last. Tomorrow would be second to last, and then I guess Saturday would be last. Man, I'm not familiar with this terminology whatsoever. If you can't tell. So basically, today I'm doing a full day of streaming. I'm back from break. I was on break yesterday, as you guys know. And then tomorrow is my big marathon, and then Saturday is my final day of streaming before my trip to Connecticut. Okay? So it's pretty much a big day. There's a lot going on. I've been, playing Sekiro and enjoying myself and doing well with the game. And definitely, it's been a good run so far, I would say. However, I have been raging quite a lot because, as you know, the game has been quite challenging. An incredibly different kind of combat engine that I'm certainly not used to whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. And the combat engine has completely, dominated me to the point where, needing to learn things like the parry system and the like has really just been gruelingly tough. And it's been driving me nuts, I'm not going to lie. There's been a lot of cases here where my rage has become completely out of control. As a result of the fact that the game is so difficult to learn, okay? But I'm still persevering. I'm still getting through it. Despite the fact that I do feel the game is flawed in a few different ways, I do like the game a lot. Open world exploration, world design in general, both of those things have been some of the very big plus factors of my run through this game, and I've been enjoying the game because of that. So thank God that there are some really good positives, to mix in with some of the annoying negatives that I've had with the game. And so today we continue on. Now, FYI guys, today is going to be beginning with some stuff that apparently is pretty essential if you actually want to get the true good ending of the game. You may be saying, well, what does that mean? Well, in this game, there are 5 endings, I guess. I'm not 100% on that, but I think there's 5 different endings. And from what I'm going to understand, it can be very difficult to know where to go and what to do to unlock certain endings because a lot of it is based on dialogue that is only accessible at certain points in the story of the game. But there's no way you would ever know that. There's no way you would know you need to talk to a certain NPC at a certain time. The game gives zero indication of any of this. You're just supposed to magically know, oh, at this point, go talk to the kid. At this point, go talk to the doctor. At this point, go talk to someone else. Gee. Now, I understand that From Software games are always cryptic, all right? But I was actually just saying this in stream chat. I don't recall, except for Dark Souls 2, okay? I don't recall a time in a From Software game where you absolutely had to be talking to an NPC in order to get actual game content. Now, I'm not talking, alternate ending. That's happened many times in From Software games. But I'm just talking in general, actually getting bosses, actually getting, why, Vote Democrat, why are you saying there's no sound in caps? There's sound. Please stop. Stop that because you're going to distract me. Anyway, yeah, just think about it. I would say in Dark Souls 2, there was an optional dungeon, if you guys remember. And that dungeon was the Dark Lurker dungeon. And that was a pretty tough dungeon with a pretty tough boss at the end of it. But outside of that, if you wanted to unlock anything else in Dark Souls, secret boss or whatever, usually it's all based on gameplay, mechanics, or finding a hidden item or whatever. In this game, it's not. In this game, you're just supposed to run around and talk to this NPC, talk to that NPC, talk to this NPC. Oh, look, you've unlocked an entire side dungeon that you didn't even know existed just because you talked to an NPC. Okay? That's kind of silly in my opinion. And some people have been guiding me and saying, well, we want you to get the most out of the game. We don't want you to skip a third of the content of the game because right now, technically, I guess I could have headed into one of the end game areas and beaten the game. But then I wouldn't have seen a ton of the game. So people have been trying to help me and guide me to do the right stuff, so that I can actually get as much out of the game as I'd like to get, which I do. I want to see as much as I can, for sure, okay? So I'm appreciative of that. And it was actually during my day off yesterday, someone sent me a spoiler-free guide, meaning no story spoilers or whatever. Like, it didn't explain anything going on in the story, but basically said, Phil, if you don't talk to this NPC and do this side quest line right now, you're going to miss out on a big chunk of the side content of the game and getting the true ending of the game. So you should do this. So, yeah, I mean, essentially, I'm going to do it today. I think I would be pretty dumb if I didn't take advantage of that advice, because I want to get the best ending and I want to see all the content of the game. I don't want to skip out on entire bosses and entire chunks of the game because the game is so cryptic that it doesn't even explain how to get them. Okay? So I think today's stream, what we're going to do when we start off is going to be me doing this dialogue tree and, you know, and seeing how it goes. Hopefully it ends up, you know, working. And I will get this item that apparently I need for, like, the best ending of the game. So that way it's not like, oh, I missed out on a giant chunk because I just didn't know it existed. So that's a good thing. And I want to say thanks to the person who sent me that. Also, you know, there were people last stream who allowed me to unlock, apparently, what's to be a second Hinata estate that's different from the first one that I did at the very beginning of the game. And that's cool, obviously, to see a second Hinata estate that apparently is going to be way more difficult than the first, and an optional boss fight and all this good stuff coming up. So that's excellent. So, yes, that's going to be how we start today's stream. And then, of course, I'm going to be heading in, I guess, to these optional areas and things that I unlocked and checking them out. And 4 more hours of Sekiro gameplay on the stream. I wholeheartedly expect rage. And I wholeheartedly expect that, you know, I'm going to get frustrated at the game. I just know I am. You know, and there's not much that can be done about that. The game itself is designed to be frustrating. I don't really like the combat of the game. And it drives me friggin' nuts. Okay? But I guess that's par for the course with this game, right? Like, it really, the whole game is kind of... I have a big chunk where I enjoy and I'm exploring and I'm having fun. And then I run into something that's, like, frustrating as hell. And it's just pissing me the hell off. And it grinds my gears, and I get angry, and I rage at the game. So, that's definitely going to happen today, right? I know what to expect with this game, okay? I know that's exactly what's going to happen, okay? So, there you go. That's going to be today, okay? Tonight, we're going to have a nice chill stream with MLB The Show 19. I have not played this since the weekend. But when I did play this on the weekend as a late stream, it was incredibly successful. People loved it. They said, wow, this is really, like, perfect for a late night chill stream because you really are just swinging at baseballs, you know, and fielding a few ground balls or whatever. And for the most part, you know, that would be boring if that's all you were doing. But when you're interacting with us and talking with us constantly, it makes it such a better experience. And it ended up being very good on I think it was Saturday night that I played it. So I am going to be doing that tonight, and that should be a lot of fun. About 2 hours of chill MLB The Show gameplay on my late stream. That's around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Also tonight, for people who were patrons of mine in the month of March and who have responded to my request for information to get them their perks, I'm going to be sending all your information off to my webmaster so you can get your upgrades. I know that I owe some people forum upgrades and the like. Hopefully those will take place within the next week or so while I'm gone. I'm going to send that off to my webmaster tonight. It may even happen before I'm gone, okay? So that's that, and I got many other things I got to start getting ready for this trip. In fact, I've got a stack of bills I got to pay before I leave. I'm going to start packing and doing all these things for this trip coming up, okay? Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, is my big birthday bash marathon. Okay, this is going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys will join me for it if at all you can. It's going to be 12 plus hours of gaming content live on the stream. Okay, here's how it's going to go down. It's going to start around 10 a.m. Pacific time, a little bit earlier than my normal stream, just to get it going. And it's going to be 12 plus hours of straight up gameplay content. Okay, excuse me. What is going to be in this marathon? Well, we're going to be playing 4 different games at much larger segments than I did my last gaming marathon, which was 2 weeks ago. Allow me to explain. We're going to start off with Sekiro. we're going to have at least a 3+ hour segment of Sekiro. More than likely, I'll play for like 2 hours, take a break, and then do another segment, okay? Much like a main stream, much like today's stream, that's kind of how the stream's going to start off tomorrow. Then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and do some MLB The Show. Probably not too long. The whole purpose of me playing MLB The Show is going to be to relax me and calm me down from the rage of Sekiro. Because I know that Sekiro is going to piss me the hell off, and I don't want the whole stream to be like that. I want the stream to actually be, more calmed down, and more chill, and a fun experience rather than just rage constantly. So I'm starting off purposely with the game that will piss me off, and then I'm going to switch over to a more chill game. The MLB stream more than likely also will be shorter, probably only about an hour and a half, I'm thinking, just to change the pace of the stream. And then we're going to switch over to Modern Warfare Remastered for about an hour or two. Probably, I'd say roughly 2 hours, but we'll see. I love playing Modern Warfare Remastered. It was the free game for PS Plus in March. I don't know how many people we're actually going to get as competition because now March is over. Not to say that the game isn't free anymore. It is. It's still free. But, there tend to be more people playing the free for PS Plus game during the month it's actually first free. And I get the feeling that we may actually have a big reduction in the amount of people playing it. Okay? We'll see. But that should be a fun segment too. Okay? And then, to close off the marathon, we're going to switch over to Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout. And that was actually the big hit of the last marathon that I did a couple weeks ago. People seemed to really enjoy when I played Blackout because there was tons of interaction. It was just basically me talking to you constantly while trying to get a Battle Royal win. And, people loved it. So that's going to be the marathon. And also, there's going to be another talking segment at the end of the marathon, again, much like there was last time, to kind of end the event. So it's going to be 12 hours. It may be longer. It all depends. Last time I actually went to almost 11 p.m. at night, which was crazy because I literally finished, started uploading, and Kat arrived home from work. I was like, damn, the whole day's gone. So, that's how it's going to go down. And I hope that you guys will join me for this tomorrow, okay? Now, the reason that this marathon is super important is because it's my last effort, really, my last real major attempt to raise funds for my taxes via tips, okay? Because I'm out of here on Sunday. I'm going to visit my parents in Connecticut, and I'm not going to be back for about a week. So this is my last chance to raise funds for these taxes. And I'm actually going to, for the first time ever, have this on-screen bar that's going to fill up. It's going to be like a tips goal that we're going to try to raise during the course of the day. The whole point here is to raise enough for my taxes so that I can make basically kind of like a partial payment on what I actually owe to qualify me for a payment plan so that I can pay my taxes slowly, not that the federal government will come after me and be like, oh, you didn't pay your taxes for this year, and now we're going to start accruing massive interest and fees, and, then I'm screwed. I mean, the only way out of it, and this is real talk, the only way out of it at that point would be for me to sell my house, which I don't want to do. I want to stay here. I love this house. I've had a nice life here with Kat that we built with each other, and obviously I don't want to lose the place that I live, okay? Hold on one second. I forgot to open my window. I was like, why is it getting so stuffy in here all of a sudden? There we go. I was like, wait a minute. Something doesn't feel right. Oh, yeah, I left my window closed, so the office is already getting hot. Let me open this window. So hopefully you guys not only will show up tomorrow, but if at all you could be, supporting via tips, that would be the best time to do so because I'm going to have a big tips bar and, trying to raise as much as I can during the event. Also, obviously, it's a celebration of my birthday. That's why it's called the Big Birthday Bash, okay? So that's tomorrow. Crazy ass stream tomorrow. Then on Saturday, I'm still here. That's right. Even though the Birthday Bash will be over, I'll still be here for one final segment of gameplay, okay? And that's going to be a combination of things. It's going to be a lot of things together, actually. It's going to be a co-op session, okay, with Brian and Kekken of Apex Legends. And we haven't played Apex Legends now for many weeks. So it's going to be interesting to go back into the game and see, because I know there's a whole new character in the game now. And I don't know how that's going to factor in or change the overall gameplay of the game. I'm sure that more than likely Brian, if not Kekin, have also played the game in the time that I haven't. So they're going to know a hell of a lot more about the changes and new things added than I do. Okay? So that's going to be fun. That's going to be the main gameplay stream is the Apex Legends co-op with Brian and Kekin on Saturday. And then I'm going to be doing a late night stream as well on Saturday. If I haven't beaten Sekiro yet, it's going to be Sekiro. I keep saying Sekiro, it's Sekiro, right? Sekiro, hoi. I don't know why I must say it like that. It's like Ninja Gaiden, hoi. But, yes, that's going to be to close out the streaming. All right? A final session of Sekiro, the thing that you guys want to see. So we'll see. The question is between today's 4-hour stream, tomorrow's 3 to 4 hour stream, and another 2 hours on Saturday, can I defeat Sekiro before I go to Connecticut for a week? Or will I still have a lot more left? I don't know, because I don't actually know how much content is left in the game. I've unlocked the alternate Hinata estate. I don't know how long of a segment that is. See? So I really don't know what's coming up and what to expect. I don't know how hard these ridiculous endgame bosses are. I've heard they're insanely difficult. Some people have said they took hours, if not days, to beat them. So maybe I won't be beating the game at all before, I leave for Connecticut. When I come back, it'll still be waiting for me. Okay? I guess we'll see. Okay? So that is it. Today, it's Sekiro and MLB. Tomorrow, it's my big birthday bash gaming marathon. 12 plus hours in an effort to raise tips for my taxes, excuse me. Not to raise my taxes, oh God. That would not be good. And then, on Saturday, an Apex Legends co-op session, the first in weeks, and then more Sekiro. Okay? And then I'm out of here, starting on Sunday. I'm on my way to Connecticut. And I will do my best to at least keep you guys in the know about what's going on with me. I'll post up a little bit on Twitter. It's not going to be a ton, just to warn you. But, every maybe every day I'll try to post up a picture or something. And we'll see. I'm going to definitely post up some pictures on social media of stuff going on in Connecticut to let you guys know how the trip went. Kat and I will be spending time with my parents. She'll be meeting them for the first time and doing stuff with them. And then Kat and I are going to go around Connecticut a little bit. I'm going to show her around, basically. Show her, here's where I grew up. Here's where I used to work. And here's what I used to do this and that. Show her my old places I used to like to hang out. And restaurants that I really like in Connecticut of the kind of Italian food and stuff we cannot get out here on the West Coast. So it's going to definitely be a great trip. But, I understand. I'm going to be away for a week. Okay? So, being away for an entire week, I hope you guys won't forget about me. I hope that you will go over to DSPGaming on YouTube and watch the videos there. Even though I'll be very honest with all of you, I can't believe how bad DSPGaming has become in regards to making money. And it's not the videos, and it's not me. In fact, if I take a look, I'm basically getting the same kind of viewership and everything as I did last year on DSPGaming. There's been zero decline. In fact, my subs and everything are going up. But the ad revenue has tanked again. And now I'm not even exaggerating again, the first 3 months of 2019, I'm making half as much money on DSPGaming as I did all of 2018 every month. I don't know what YouTube did. It's like they completely fucked up, and now the ads don't even pay anymore. Because I check my videos when I upload them, and if the videos have, many ads on them, hour-long video will have 4 to 6 ads. So it doesn't even make sense. There should have been no decline in revenue, and now there is. And I don't know what happened. It wasn't anything I did. It's not that people aren't watching the videos. In fact, people are. The Sekiro playthrough's been doing good, but there's nothing I can do about it. YouTube is not profitable anymore at all. Like, I'm barely making anything on it. So at least in the interim, when I'm not here, I hope you guys will watch the videos on YouTube, but hopefully you'll come back and watch my streams when I return in a week, because it's not looking good. Let's put it that way. It's just not. I'm very nervous about this week, okay? I am. So, that's the deal, all right? I'm going to be gone for about a week. Now, when I return next week, I will be doing a podcast. I've not done a podcast. I can't even tell you the last time I did a podcast. Probably Christmas, or was it, no, it was the New Year's special. And then before then, I think it was like E3. Like, it's that crazy. I'm doing a podcast when I come back. to basically tell you guys all about the trip and how it went and the things that I did with Kat and to field questions about it. And basically just to get that out of the way so that then we can get back to business as usual. Because I know exactly what's going to happen if I don't do a podcast. I'm just going to be asked about the trip nonstop for the next 4 weeks, to which all I'll be doing is talking about this trip constantly on every gameplay stream. And I'd rather move forward and talk about new stuff. So I'm going to be doing a podcast when we come back, talking about the stuff that happened, how my parents are, what we did together, yada, yada, yada. Just a kind of an interactive, fun event when I get back, okay? So, so all that being said, I hope that you guys have a good week without me, but I hope that you will come back. You know, I am nervous. You know, whenever you're away for an extended period of time, you wonder what's going to happen when you get back. And I do. I'm genuinely nervous about, gee, if I'm gone for a week, will people remember me when I come back and come watch my stuff? What are you guys going to do for the week? Because I remember, unlike a lot of people, I'm one of the very few people who's here almost every day for the past 10 years, right? I almost never take time off. When I do, it's only a couple of days here or there. It's not a big extended time, like a week. So I get it that people might be like, wow, this is so weird. That, you know, Phil is doing this and it's so different from what we're used to. I get that, okay? So we'll see what happens. I hope you guys remember me when I come back for the podcast. And then, like I said, we're going to hit the ground running when we come back. There's a lot going on. If I haven't beaten Sekiro, obviously I'll continue Sekiro. The Phoenix Wright collection is coming out while I'm gone, so I'll be starting Phoenix Wright 3 Trials of Tribulations. And I'll be continuing on with all the chill stuff that I'm doing. Plus, I'm debating maybe doing Donkey Kong Country 3. I guess it really depends on how far into Sekiro I am. Plus, there's a free Cuphead DLC coming out that week that I'm returning. So that's going to be cool. First time playing Cuphead in 2 years with new bosses and everything. And then, you got Mortal Kombat 11 and Days Gone this month. Okay, so a crazy amount of stuff that's coming up in the month of April. Despite the fact that I won't be here for about a week, it's going to be a good amount of stuff coming, and I hope you guys are excited. All right? Fair enough? Okay. Very nice. All right, so everyone, first of all, I just want to say this. A bunch of people actually contributed while I wasn't here, and I want to say thanks for that. We're all going to give everyone appropriate shout-outs here on the pre-stream. So I would ask that the viewers be patient because, hey, people contributed. They need to get their shout-outs. And we're going to do that. We're going to do the right thing. I'm not just going to ignore people who are supporting me, okay? But very quickly, let me do a plug segment. It's this simple, guys. Thanks to everyone who pledged to my Patreon in the month of March. As I said, tonight I'll be sending your information to my webmaster to get your upgrades. Anyone who's interested in pledging to my Patreon, you can at patreon.com/darksidephil. Your monthly pledges earn personal perks. I'm not even going to go into the perks because they're all publicly available right there on the website. You can also check out my Teespring at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming, where I sell a ton of fun merch, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, all kinds of stuff. Anyone who buys anything there, you get a really cool collectible and it helps me out, so thanks. If you're here on the live stream today, all right, thank you, first of all. And if you would like some interaction with me, if you cheer, sub, or tip on today's stream, you will get said interaction, all right? As you can see, we have a stream stats leaderboard at the top of the screen where I will put the top cheerer and top tipper of today's stream up there so you get credit for your contributions. And in addition to that, there is a cheering leaderboard that's running that's integrated into Twitch. So cheering is all kept tracked internally and right there built into your stream chat. Excuse me. We have a subs goal for the month. If we can hit 600 subs this month, I'll be doing a viewer's choice event. All right. This event is basically you, the viewers, that will be able to nominate and vote on games for an upcoming playthrough that I will be doing, most likely in May or June. Okay. So it's the first time I've ever done this event. I used to do Patron's Choice where only the patrons were eligible. This time, every person who views me will be eligible to actually nominate and vote on a game. But we have to hit the subs goal. There's many benefits to subbing to the channel, including access to all of the emotes. And by the way, hint, hint, there's 2 new emotes on the way. Someone sent me emotes during my day off, and I haven't had a chance to add them, but I'm going to add them probably today. So there's more emotes coming, guys, okay? More emotes right around the corner. In addition to that, you get a cool chat crown badge that to show that you are an ongoing supporter, and that badge will change and upgrade over time. It's a cool crown. Take a look at it. A bunch of people have them. And then you will not have to watch advertisements when I take ad breaks, which is a huge benefit in my opinion, because I hate ads, and I'm sure you guys do too. So please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. Many benefits, and if we hit the goal, viewer's choice gameplay event coming up. All right. Okay. Now, I've already said this, but I'll say it again quickly. Right now, I really need your support via tips, everybody. I absolutely 100% need your support because I need to, amass as many funds as I can in a short period of time to, put it towards my federal taxes to qualify for this payment plan so I don't get destroyed, okay? So, the best way to support me right now is to tip me. There's 2 ways to tip me. Below the stream, there's a button that says Tips Jar you can click on. Or, excuse me, if you don't see that button, you can type !tip into the stream chat. That'll bring up a link that brings you to my PayPal tips page. Either way is great. And a few misconceptions about PayPal I want to clear up. The first is you don't need a PayPal account to tip me via PayPal. That's true. You all you need is a debit or credit card, and you could do it right from the PayPal tips page. There's a button right there that says, oh, you just want to pay with that and you don't have a login? Click here. All right. Number 2, you could be anonymous. And I'll be honest with you, if you're going to significantly contribute, I strongly recommend you are anonymous. Because sadly, there are some people on the internet who like to try to harass people who support me. For various reasons. Most of them can't even give you a logical one because they're out of their fucking minds. But anyway, if you do an anonymous tip, no one will know it's you, including me. So there's no way that anyone could hold you accountable and try to come after you for that. So, please consider it. Or if you are brave enough, you can leave your name in a message to get a shout out on the stream. Okay? No, that's it. Those are the 2 things. I thought there was a third thing. There's not. Those are the 2 things. All right. So again, please consider tipping me, guys. The best way to support. I'm still very appreciative of anyone who cheers and subs. Those things help me out in the long term. But right now, I really need your support via tips. Okay, everybody? Okay. It's now time for shout outs. And there's a lot of shout outs. Just to forewarn everyone. There were a lot of people who contributed when I was off. So please be patient. We actually start off with Golden Colts, who did a bunch of cheers. I'm not going to individually call out each cheer, but thank you, Golden Colts, for all of those, okay? All right. Bent Boxer tipped me $1 and said, what would you think if every time you finish a game on either Xbox One or PS4, you could check out all the trophies you earned during the playthrough to see what you might have missed? Would it be more interesting than reading the credit names at the end? I mean, technically you could do that at any time, but I agree that it is kind of obtrusive. Like, oh, I beat the game. I wonder what trophies I got and what I needed to beat it. Okay, press the home button and now go into a separate menu, and then it has to update because it doesn't update properly live, so you probably have to wait a couple minutes, and then you click on it, and then you got to go through this list of trophies that aren't well sorted. Some of them will be achieved, some of them aren't. Some of them have hidden information, some of them don't. I definitely think there could be some tweaks and refinements to the trophies system on PS4. As for the Xbox One, quite frankly, I don't think I can really speak to it because I haven't used the Xbox One that much in its entire console run, and I never really checked the achievements lists, okay? So I can't, in that regard, I don't feel I'm qualified enough to comment and say, oh yeah, it should be improved. As for the trophy system, yeah, I think it could be a lot better. I do think that it's not user-friendly, let's put it that way. They make you jump through hoops to try to see what trophies you've gotten and which ones you didn't. So I think that could be improved. Okay. Mitch Dyer tipped me $1. Says, name as many Blake Shelton songs as you can. Okay, I'm done. I don't know a single Blake Shelton song. Lionel Richie tipped me $5. He said, here's some retrospective ideas. The green screen videos, the PS Home videos, the PlayStation Move launch, PSVR launch, and you should also look up some of the old videos of hilarious glitches that have happened in your games. Thank you for that. But I would say again, Lionel Richie, because someone else made some great suggestions for the next retrospective too. Please save these ideas, okay? And more than likely next month, May, I'm going to start working towards the next retrospective event. And let's get all these together. And then these will be great suggestions for the next event. I think these would actually be very good videos to watch together, okay? Wow, I don't even know if this is something bad or not. CCH Pounder. I don't even know what that means. Timmy $2 and said, sing Crocodile Rock by Elton John. I don't even know the song. All I know is like the dun 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 do the crocodile rock. That's all I know. That's literally the only part of the song I know. Okay. Hank tipped me $1 and said, remember during the Scarface playthrough, someone sent you a cheer and said, thank you for wearing turtlenecks. You went on a hilarious rant claiming you've never worn one on a stream. I thought it was funny. You should watch that during the retrospective event. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. But it's true, like, I don't know, in my lifetime, I don't even know if I've worn a turtleneck. I'm serious, like, I don't even remember wearing a turtleneck once. So I wonder why someone said that, if they were just being silly or whatever. That's pretty funny. Okay. Thank you to Golden Colts for a bunch more cheers. Okay. And then right before I started the stream today, oh, hold on. Demon DJ tipped me. Oh, no, excuse me. Boy, I'm screwing up. Let's try this again. Demon DJ 0220 resub for 28 months. Thank you, Demon DJ, for the long time support and the resub. Much appreciated. T-Dubs also subscribed for 6 months straight and says, hey, Phil, what's up, T-Dubs? Good to see you today. Kanji Monster cheered. He says, don't use a guide. Get whatever ending you're going to get organically. Well, here's the thing. If you do that, you miss out on a ridiculous amount of content of the game. And that's fucking stupid, in my opinion. I think that's stupid, being very honest with all of you. You know, playing through a game, especially a game like Sekiro, that's so hard, and working your ass off, and then finding out at the end, oh, by the way, you missed out on like 8 to 10 hours of gameplay content because you didn't go talk to a certain NPC at a certain point in the game to get a cryptic dialogue tree unlocked. You didn't fast travel 7 times back and forth across the game talking to people around the map to know that this unlocks a new area. That is really dumb. And, you know, From Software, I don't know why they went that way. Like I said, in previous Dark Souls style games, that has happened, but instead of doing it via dialogue trees, typically it's like find a hidden item, right? Fight a hidden boss and find a hidden item, and then you could unlock the content or whatever. It's not, oh, just certain dialogue trees will unlock it. So, I do think that's kind of stupid. But no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to miss out on significant amounts of content in this game simply because they hit it behind a dialogue tree. And I am very grateful that actually, you know, people have been explaining to me, oh, Phil, here's a big chunk you don't want to miss. So, all right, Bullet Club has subbed for 4 months and says, hey, Phil, would you consider the place you live a good cycling city, and would you ever cycle there? I'll be honest with you, Bullet Club. There are cycling paths and certain roads in this area that have a cycling lane. But from what I'm to understand, the actual city of Seattle, where I do not live, I live on the outskirts in a suburb, has a lot of cycling, a lot of that kind of stuff going down, and it's actually like a hotbed of cycling activity. What the hell's going on? I think my oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I think that my Streamlabs crashed, but it didn't. It just, for some reason, that message stayed on the screen for an exorbitant amount of time. Okay. But anyway, from what I'm to understand, in Seattle, there's a lot of cyclers, but at the same time, I've read articles over the years that said cyclers are nervous because, like, basically, even though there's bicycle lanes and all that, people still regularly get into accidents. And, you know, trying to cycle through a busy city can be incredibly dangerous. So, yeah, so I don't know what to tell you. Like, I would say, I'll be honest, if I was a cycler, I would not want to be riding around here. There's a lot of... Everywhere I've ever lived, there's assholes on the road who just are terrible at driving, and there's just more and more of them. The more that I get older, I just see more assholes who just have no fucking idea what they're doing. They have, like, no concept of how to drive and be safe. So, I wouldn't want to be the guy on a bike who sadly gets sideswiped by a car, some asshole on his fucking phone, or, you know, eating a fucking sandwich as he drives, lettuce and fucking shit flying all over his car, or he's smoking a fucking cigarette, or even worse, vaping, and he can't see because the fucking steam is in his face and he just clobbers you, you know. Cycling in this day and age on a road is a very risky venture. But there are many parks and things that are set up for cyclists. So there you go. That's as much as I know about the situation. Rob has tipped me $10. Says, glad to hear your voice again, dude. Thank you, Rob, for the tip. That's the first tip of the day during the live stream. Let's get that updated. Thank you, Rob, for the tip. Much appreciated. That gets us up to $10 in tips to start. And it's good to be back for 3 more days. It's good to be back before my week away to visit my parents. Okay, I received an anonymous dollar tip talking about my tweet yesterday. All right, very briefly, I'm going to address this, and that's that. So, yesterday, I'm about to have my day off. You know, it is my day off. I'm about to, like, head out for the day. And I received 3 separate emails from concerned viewers saying that they kind of monitor the stuff that goes on over on a certain website, and that people were actually publicly talking about ways to try to break into my house when I'm visiting my parents in Connecticut. And they were like, this is terrible. Like, I don't know if anyone's serious. They might just be a bunch of kids dicking around. But it's kind of fucked up that they're actually on this particular website and they're just talking about this stuff. Okay? Now, I don't know anything about it. I don't go to the website. I don't care about the website. But I literally made a quick tweet in the morning saying, well, I've got word that people on this certain website are apparently talking about and or planning to break into my home, you know, despite the fact that, number one, I have a security system. Number 2, there's security cameras throughout this area, and it's a private road, and going on the road is breaking the law. Number 3, I have a house sitter coming by daily to check on the house. And number 4, I'm telling my neighbor that I'm going, and my neighbor also keeps an eye on my house. So it's like, if you really want to go to jail, you know, if this is your goal, you really just want to go to jail. You know, I don't know what else to say, but you'd be an idiot, okay? Plus, I don't have anything worth stealing in this house anyway. It's not like this is a house full of jewelry and fucking goods. You know what's in here. An old computer. An old computer. And beat up game consoles and shit. There's nothing of any value in this fucking house. But anyway, I basically just posted this up on Twitter, and I said, well, I sure know if anything happens during my time away, you know, we're to send the police to investigate right away. And that's all I said. It was basically just a heads-up tweet saying, hey, anyone who's getting stupid ideas, you know, I've taken precautions, so don't be stupid. And that's basically all the tweet was meant to be. It was a hilarious amount of idiots from Kiwi Farms who tweeted me, basically, oh, we didn't do that, and you didn't do... It's just so hilarious to see the reactions from idiots that come out of the woodwork to say shit like, we didn't do that. That's not us. You think you can shut down Kiwi Farms? You think you can do that? It's like, I don't even care. And the thing is, I didn't even read any of it until the end of the day when I got home. I opened up my Twitter, and I'm like, this is comedy gold. Because all it was people so butthurt and so defensive about this tweet that I was like, this is fucking great. I can't believe it. How hilarious it was, the responses that I saw on Twitter, okay? For one tweet, and by the way, like I said, it wasn't even like I had said, oh, and it's concretely happened or whatever. It's like, I just heard, so, you know, a few people have told me this, and so just a heads up, this is a really stupid idea. No one be dumb and break the law because you're going to get in trouble for it, okay? It's basically all the tweet said, but people take that as like some kind of a crazy accusation, which it wasn't. And I even said in the tweet, this is what I've been told, not, oh, I saw this for myself. So I just find it hilarious that I got so many people responding, but her, oh, it's wasn't us. Like, oh my God. Fucking hilarious. But anyway, that's it. That's the whole story. And there's nothing else to it. All right. That's it. All right. I received an anonymous $3.50 game. They said, Phil, Gods is an amazing game. I'm using my Nintendo Switch to play Gods. Is Gods remastered on PS4? I don't even know what you're talking about. I've never heard of this game before at all. Gods? Yeah, I don't know what that is. So, obviously, I can't answer it. I've never heard about it at all. But thanks for the tip. If it's anything, like, if you have more information on it, you want to tell me what the game is or something, I'd obviously be interested in knowing what it is. But I've never heard of it, so. Okay, then. Just Gods. Nothing else, just Gods. It's not like Gods and then there's a byline or explaining anything, just Gods. Okay, then. New phase of creation. How about you stop with your bullshit? Now he's, oh, no, people were laughing at Phil. I don't know what he's talking about. How about you read my Twitter feed, stupid? New phase of creation, this is why you've been banned 5,000 times, because you're a contrarian. When I say shit that's definitively backed up by facts, you come into the stream chat to basically try to poke me and say, no, Phil's, that's a lie. Shut the fuck up. I'm going to tell you right now, unless you want to be permanently banned again, I'm not going to have you sitting in the stream chat jabbing at me. Yeah, that didn't happen. Yes, it did. Dude, I had like 50 fucking replies from people from Kiwi Farms who were butthurt about the tweet. So how about you just shut the fuck up? Okay? All right, let's continue. Fart Inhaler Salesman has tipped me $5. What a nice name. Fart Inhaler Salesman. Okay. Vote Democrat did 101-bit cheer. He says, I saw on Twitter that Kiwi Farms threatened. All right, it's the same thing. I literally just explained the situation. Thank you, Vote Democrat. You're the top cheerer. Let's get you up on the leaderboard here. 101 bits. But yeah, it's stupid. Like, anyone who even thinks it's funny to talk about that. Oh, we were actually meaning to do it or anything. We're just kind of talking about it on our forum. It's still fucking stupid. It could actually be used in prosecution as intent. You see what I mean? Like, they could actually say, well, here's people publicly talking about doing it, and then someone did it. There's your proof of intent, right? So it's actually evidence of a crime. If those people were smart, they would actually go to Kiwi Farms and delete all that shit. I'm serious. They just delete it all, because that's the dumbest fucking thing you can do. But then again, we know the people who post over there aren't the fucking smartest people on planet Earth anyway, right? Okay, then. ACAB tipped me $5. And it's exactly the same thing yet again. Okay? It's exactly the same thing again. Okay, I'm just going to ignore it. Thank you for the tip. We already addressed it. Moving on. Hank has tipped me $10. Actually, I forgot to update and add $5 to the tips here, right? Oh, or did I? Hold on. Now I'm already losing track. No, I didn't. So this is another $5 tip. Let's get this updated. So now we're up to $24 in tips. Okay. Hank tipped me another $10. It says, are you going to visit your old condo in Connecticut during your visit? Have a nice time together with Kat and the best wishes to your parents. Probably not, Hank. Reason being, there's no reason to do so. There's nothing in there. It's an empty unit. It's completely empty. No furniture, nothing in it. What am I going to do? Walk into an empty thing and say, okay, it's here, and walk out? What's the point? You know? Kat and I are going to be spending a lot of time with my parents doing stuff, and then we're going to be going around doing certain things in Connecticut and you know, doing meaningful stuff, not standing inside of an empty building. Listen, I know, the bottom line is, I know that for many of you guys are, for you, okay, the condo is kind of like a place that's synonymous with my very early stuff, okay? Like, for example, when I first started on YouTube, I was filming in a tiny little bedroom in my parents' house. Then within a year, I got this condo, and I was able to film in this big living room, and the quality of my videos definitely improved and all of that. So I understand that for many of you, the condo is kind of a place that's synonymous with me starting my whole internet journey as a content creator and all of that. It's kind of a nostalgia factor, and I get that. For me, I lived there, so not only was it the place where I filmed and worked, but it was also my home. But I've been there, done that. You know what I mean? Like, there will literally be zero effect of me walking into the place saying, it still exists, and then walking out again. So what's the point? So no, I'm probably not going to be checking out the condo while I'm there. I don't see the point. Okay? Alrighty then. Number one DSP fan tipped me $1. Says, when the whole tax thing is someday finalized, would you ever consider joining a gym again? Maybe. There are many, many gyms out here. In Washington State. You know, this state is a very, very health and green-oriented state. It's all about fitness and health, and it's also all about being green and recycling and not polluting. There's so many hybrid cars out here, it's insane. Like, I'd say probably about a third of the cars on the road are hybrids. It's how crazy it is. So, you know, that being said, yeah, I mean, it would be in my best benefit to start working out and stuff. Absolutely. But right now, there's just no chance of that. I have no money and I have no time. I have to literally be here streaming as much as I possibly can to make ends meet. There's no way that I could afford to do anything like that. So, excuse me. Okay. Mr. Papavera has cheered. He says, I actually stopped riding my bike a few years ago, partly for that reason. I rode my bike along a highway and was fine for a while. This was through the 90s and early 2000s. Then an increase of cyclists getting hit, even along bike lanes. And I just resorted to walking and the bus. I think cell phones have a lot to do with it. I do too. I couldn't tell you how insane amount of distracted fucking drivers now. that I see on the roads doing stupid shit. And every fucking time it happens, they're on their phones. They can't stay off their goddamn phones. I don't know what the hell the deal is. Like, I get it. Cell phones now have a ton of content on them. You could talk to your loved ones and your friends constantly and texting and sending pictures. You could play games. You could read news. I get it. But, you know, for me, okay, for me, I think it's really stupid that people are so ingrained now on their phones they can't put them down to fucking drive somewhere. You know what it is? It's ignorance. Because people think that they're invincible. People think that, like, oh, nothing could ever happen to me. So they don't realize that when they're driving, this is a very serious thing, and you're driving a heavy ass, you know, a ton vehicle or heavier, and you could kill someone. You know, there's people fucking riding a bike. If you just graze them, they could die. They could fly off the road. They could hit a wall. You know, the bike could fucking impale them. They're fucked up, man. When you're driving, you need to get the fuck off your phone and concentrate on what you're doing. This is a serious matter. Now, oh, everything I do in life is super safe, and I'm invincible, and I have no repercussions for anything I do in life. So I get in my car, and I'm fucking drinking and driving, and I have a sandwich and a coffee, and I'm shaving while I drive, and I'm on my phone. I do 40 things as I'm driving. It's fucking stupid, man. Seriously. This is just insane what I'm seeing. So, you know, but that's reality, is that the more that technology advances, sadly, humans need to kind of adjust to it, and they don't. Instead, they just fucking, they're irresponsible. So, I do hope things get better. You know, some people, one person in the stream chat just made a suggestion. They said this will get better with self-driving cars. So, I don't know, man. That's another slippery slope thing, because, okay, so now all cars self-drive. So now people have even more downtime that they don't have to be responsible or concentrate on anything, right? And now you're actually leaving the lives of all of us in the hands of AI and formulas. And I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know about it. But maybe I'm just an old fart. I am. 36, about to be 37 years old. I'm an old fart. And I have these feelings that are very different from what you guys maybe believe and feel. And what can I say? That's, I guess that's it. Borderlands 3 comes out September 13th, which I am aware of and I have added to my gaming calendar. Thank you very much for that. Tip me $2. Says, who told you you'd miss out on 8 to 10 hours of content? The only way you can miss an area is if you pick the Forsake Kuro ending. All other endings have access to every area of the game. At most, with the good ending, you can only miss one recycled boss. No, that's false. From what I'm to understand, I would have missed the entire second Hinata estate, which is a whole new, it's the same area but redone with better, tougher enemies and a new boss and stuff, right? Am I right? It's completely redone. And that's completely missable if you don't do the whole dialogue tree with Kuro and then the dialogue tree with Emma, right? Now, the dialogue tree that I'm going to do today as we start up apparently does unlock a new boss at the end of the game, but that's it. But it's a new ending, okay? So that is hours of content. So there you go. You know, that's 100% would have been missed. So hopefully we don't miss out on anything important or significant. Also, I don't even know what to do next. Do I do the Hinata estate next? Do I do the incense, the fountainhead incense by going to the monk's cave? You know, the corrupted monk, go to his cave and use it there. I don't even know what to do next in the game. I don't know logically what I should be doing, or if I miss out on something if I don't do it right away. So I guess we'll find out. Okay. But thank you for the $2 tip. We're now up to $37 in tips, I believe, right? I think so. Let's update that. Okay, Jay Bowler did a 100-bit cheer and said, you've done good taking precautions about your house. Hope you can have a good trip. Thank you, Jay Bowler. Appreciate that. Hador Tark cheered. He says, I recommend I recommend, oh my God. Let's try this again. I would recommend you to read Dark Places like Kiwi Farms daily. It might save you from big troubles by being well informed about future harassment. The bottom line is I want nothing to do with it unless it is something serious that could actually directly affect me, because I know those people fucking just say and do ridiculously bad stuff every day. Things that anyone with a moral compass would be like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? This is horrible. I'm a horrible person. But they just do it there, and apparently it's a safe haven for that kind of shit. And I want nothing to do with it. I want nothing to do with the toxicity and shit over there. Nothing. I just want to focus on my own streams. But I am grateful for when people who do kind of monitor that stuff every once in a while will contact me and say, hey, Phil, FYI, there's some kind of really vile stuff going on, and you should be aware of it to protect yourself. That I do appreciate. So, Bagel Goose cheered and said, would you ever consider putting up a poll for a new couch mascot? No. The couch mascot is not a big deal. It's just kind of something silly. And, you know, would I like to have rotating mascots? Yeah, but I don't really care that much about it. If you guys are really so bothered by Chestnut, I'll just remove them, and we'll talk about them anymore. We'll just wait for October for Potion to come back. Because at this point, so many people bring it up as some kind of a stupid meme, I just don't care anymore. I'm serious. I thought it was something cute and nice with Potion, and then we had the dog for Christmas. I thought we'd have this cute squirrel for the spring, and so many people just complaining about it at this point. Maybe it's not even fucking worth it. Okay? Jim Bob tipped me $1.22. He says, why don't you rent out your second condo? I've explained this, Jim Bob, about 4 million fucking times, but just in a very brief way, I'll explain it to you again. When you rent out a place, you're legally responsible for those renters, meaning not only that they pay rent, obviously, to you, but to make sure that they are behaving by the rules of where they're living. This place that I'd be renting is in a condo facility that has rules about noise, rules about what you can and can't do, parking spaces, etc. Okay? If I rented it out and someone decided to be unruly, I would be legally responsible. I could get sued. I could have fines and things placed against me that I can't afford. Okay? In addition to that, anything that goes wrong at that condo, if I were renting it, I would be responsible for. So let's say, for example, there's a leak in the sink and it's squirting water all over the place. I'd have to pay for a plumber to go fucking fix it. I don't have money for that. Okay? So, in reality, I wouldn't be able to really have the responsibilities required to do this. Now, there is a way around that. It's actually called a property management company. A property management company would take up all those responsibilities for a fee. So, for example, let's say, I'm just hypothetically saying they paid $700 a month rent. The management company would take probably like $100 to $200 of that rent for their work, and they would directly talk to the people, make sure the people were following the rules, taking the rent, doing the maintenance, etc. Okay? But I looked into property management companies twice since I moved out here. No one will do it that's reputable. There's a few people in the area who claim that they're property managers. They don't have websites. They don't have any reviews online. They're just, I just kind of do this as a side thing, which is not reputable and not dependable, and I'm not going to take that crazy risk. The good property management companies in Connecticut will not touch anything in the area of my condo with a 10-foot pole because it's known as a high-risk area, meaning there's a lot of people in that area who rent and basically flake and either don't pay or destroy the units or don't abide by rules. They've been so burned by these people, they don't want to deal with it anymore. So they say, no, if you were talking about a different part of Connecticut, I'll manage your property, but in that region, I want nothing to fucking do with it. There's too many basically scumbags in that area who just don't fucking abide by rules, and we're not going to deal with the problems. So that's the sad fact. Twice, I talked to companies and who refused to do it. I mean, yeah, it would be easy to find a renter. Any mortgage company will screen and interview people to find a renter, but then all the work afterwards, no one wants to do it. So I can't rent it. I can't rent the place. I'm stuck. I'm 100% stuck with it, and I don't want it. I want to get rid of it. I tried to short sell it 2 years ago, and I was told I couldn't even fucking short sell it. If you don't know what that means, it means you basically sell the property for less than what you owe on the mortgage. And then you basically make a deal with the mortgage company. This is all I can raise. Just take it and leave it, or you're getting nothing, and I'm just going to stop paying. I told them that, and even then they said, no, we refuse. We'll just foreclose and stay. And I'm like, oh my God, seriously? So there's nothing I can do. I'm stuck with it until it comes down to the last resort of basically not paying these fuckers and saying, oh, well, I guess my credit's ruined, but I can't afford to pay you anymore. So, oh, well. And, and then the thing is, a foreclosure proceeding could take years. It could take over 2 years. And my credit would be basically ruined for about 7 to 8 years, where all my credit cards would probably end up getting canceled. So I wouldn't have any credit to pay for anything, including buying games for the business. Like, there's just no easy way to get rid of that condo. I'm stuck with it. Okay. All right. Judicious Echoes did it. Oh, excuse me. I skipped somebody. Grayside Will subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Grayside Will, for the sub. Judicious Echoes did a 300-bit cheer. You're the top cheerer of the day. It's very important to get your eyes regularly checked and remember to wear any prescribed glasses while driving, too. A lot of accidents could be prevented if that was a way more common practice. I agree with you. And the good news is I have not had any eye issues pretty much in my life. So that's the good thing. And, you know, my glasses are only for big distance. Like, for example, if I'm on a highway and I need to see a sign that's way off in the distance, that's what they're for. They're not for city driving, and they're not for just in-person stuff every day, which is why my eyes are great. You know, I'm, you know, good stuff because I'm a gamer. I need to be able to freaking see, right? Real Talk Play Apex has cheered 100 bits. He says, it's kind of weird that at this point in life, people have most of their lives on their phones, and they always have their phone by their side. Slowly but surely, we're getting to the Watch Dogs universe since people's phones are like their sidekicks. And you're right. When you think about it, everything's on the phone now, right? There's apps to do everything. You know, apps to pay your bills, apps to fucking pay for things when you're out, apps to contact your friends and family, and apps for gaming and apps for news. It does everything. Your phone has everything in it in your life. That's not a physical interaction, right? And even in some cases, like I said, even physical interactions are dictated by your phone. So, pretty crazy, right? I agree with you, though. It is kind of weird that now the phone has become, like, the source of everything. What was funny is people in, like, the mid to late 90s, or excuse me, the mid to late 1900s were saying, as they saw technology advance, they thought there would be a microchip that would be implanted under the skin of your body, and that microchip would serve as all of that. Like, it would feed you all the things you needed, but now our phone does it for us. So basically, the phone has become that kind of thing that does everything. Spaghetti Teeth, whatever the hell kind of a name that means. Spaghetti Teeth, did an $8 tip and says, will you please unban me? I've learned my lesson. Spaghetti Teeth, I have no idea who you are. I couldn't unban you even if I wanted to. I've never heard of the name Spaghetti Teeth. And so, you know, I've only explained the formal rules for being unbanned about 1 million times. If you'd like to be unbanned or be considered for an unban in the stream chat, okay, you need to either private message one of the mods and explain to them the situation, and hopefully they'll consider you getting unbanned, or you need to email me at darksidefil@hotmail.com, and please, by all means, include your Twitch name. I know that sounds silly. I'm not even kidding you. At least once a week, I get someone contacting me via email explaining, I think I was unjustly banned and I would definitely like to come back. And they don't give me their Twitch name, and I just facepalm. I'm like, oh boy. All right. Alice has subscribed for 4 months and says, I'm a good noodle. Thank you, Alice, for 4 months of support. Wolfenstein comes out July 26th. I am aware of that, and Wolfenstein also has been added to my gaming calendar release dates. Tip me $1 and says, it's Harada Estate. And what I'm saying is that it's accessible in 3/4 of the endings. The only way you're locked out of it is with the Forsake ending. Not that you can miss it with dialogue, and it's not hours long. It's shorter than the first Harada Estate. I keep calling it the Hinata Estate. It's Harada Estate, excuse me. Well, from what I'm to understand, if you don't do the dialogue tree, you just skip the whole thing, right? You just skip the entire thing. So that's definitely missable content, and it's hidden behind dialogue trees. Like, I don't know what your point is. I mean, you're saying, okay, it's not 8 to 10 hours of content. Okay, fine. It's 2 to 5 hours of content, depending, right? Who cares how long it is? My argument is none of it should be hidden behind a dialogue tree. It should be, okay, if you go to an area of the game that's a secret area and you fight a secret boss, you now unlock a new area, or you right. That's what happened in Dark Souls 3, remember? Oh, I found a side path I didn't know existed. I fought a boss that unlocked a whole secret area of optional content. That's fun. Now, oh, you needed to talk to Joe Splamoni, who dropped a nickel on the street, and if you grab the nickel, he thanks you, and then he tells you to go talk to a woman in a tower. And when you talk to her, she says, oh, Joe Splamoni's my second cousin, and so I'm very grateful. So here's a key, and you take that key to open a door, and inside the door there's a talking broom, and the talking broom tells you to spin in place 3 times and hop on one fucking foot, and then go jump in a lake. So then you go jump in a lake, and when you jump in the lake, at the bottom of the lake, there's a hidden scroll that you give to another woman at the top of another tower who says, oh, thanks for helping my twin sister at the other tower. Here's a key. And then you go to a door, you open the door, and inside there's a talking water bucket, and the water bucket says, there's a secret dungeon. See how stupid that is? And that's pretty much how this is. That's pretty much how you unlock the secret stuff in this game. It has nothing to do with the gameplay at all. You just need to talk to certain people at certain times and eavesdrop at certain times. How stupid is this? Okay. Alright, anyway. There you go. I just think that's dumb. Alright, let's continue. Oh, actually, that was a $1 tip. Let's add that to the total tips. We're up to $47 in tips. Wow, thank you guys. I haven't even started yet. Thank you. Judicious Echoes did another 100-bit cheer. Says, I didn't realize you had glasses. Vaguely recall seeing you wear them years ago, but I thought they were a prop or a gimmick. No, I have glasses for distance vision. So if I do need to drive on the highway, I need my glasses. And that's literally the only thing I need glasses for. Or I would say, let's say, for example, if I was in school, I would need glasses if I was sitting like in the middle of the class or the back of the class to see the board, the chalkboard. I would need the glasses then. But outside of school or driving on the highway, I've never needed to use my glasses ever. So... Okay. Yoshino Lover did a 500-bit cheer and said, won't let me resub, so I'll cheer. Good luck in Sekiro. Well, thank you, Yoshino Lover. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to resub. That's kind of weird. Why would it prevent you from resubbing? I've never heard of that one before, and a lot of people today did resub. So if you actually are being prevented from resubbing, I would say please contact Twitch and figure out what's going on, because that doesn't sound right. But thank you for the cheer. You're the top cheerer of the day, 500 bits. And then Kanji Monster just cheered and said, well, the hidden stuff in reality isn't a lot of content. Using a guide for the perfect ending ruins the playthrough for some people. Well, then those people can play the game how they want, right? The other thing that I've already said, I don't know, Kanji Monster, if you've been listening recently, is that I'm actually considering a second run, a New Game Plus run. Obviously not after I beat the game this first time, but maybe like in the summer downtime or at a later date, because I definitely want to see the other side of the ending. People are saying if you do the other side of the ending, there's other bosses and things you fight that are completely different, and I want to see that. I want to fight every boss in the game. I do. So I'm thinking of doing a second run, New Game Plus, to see the other side of it. Okay. So please, please consider that I will do that in the future. Understand that I cannot do absolutely everything that everyone wants in one go. It's impossible in this game. Obviously, for my first run, you kind of want to see the best ending outcome. And again, it would be one thing if, you triumph over an optional boss that unlocks a hidden area, and then there's more content, you get the secret ending, versus, you just need to talk to an NPC at a certain point in the game, and then you get the secret ending. That's stupid, in my opinion. So I'm okay with people telling me, by the way, you have no way you would ever know this, but this is what you need to do to get the better ending. I'd rather do that than miss out on it. Okay. All right. Spaghetti Tea Timmy another $1. And now he says, this is my Twitch name. Unban me. Swaggin's got mad at me because I asked a silly question. Unban. Oh my God, your mods won't unban me. Literally, just because you ignored what I said earlier, I'm not going to unban you. I just said, you either message a mod or you can email me. Then you tip me again to spam and demand being unbanned. Now I'm not going to unban you. Now, if you want to email me and explain what really happened, not mashing caps. By the way, he had caps lock on when he typed this whole message. I will look into it. But I'm not going to look into it right now. And I'm certainly not going to unban you now because you're demanding it after I told you exactly how to be unbanned. Okay? So, I don't know what else to say. It's not rocket science here, guys. Okay. All right, everyone. It looks like things are finally calming down. That was a lot of contributions. I'm very appreciative of them. So thanks to everyone who did just contribute, cheering, subbing, and tipping. You know what we should do is check on subs, because the sub count might have gone up. 520. We did. We went up by 6. We went up by 6 subs. That's awesome. Let's get that updated here. And very briefly, let's read through the cheering list, because now the cheering list has changed as people did cheer on the pre-stream. So thanks to everyone who cheered so far this week. Here's the top 10 contributors. In 10th place, we got Vote Democrat. A tie for 8th place between Uzi Go Hard and Dope Soap. 7th place, Apple Peacock. 6th place, Judicious Echoes. 5th place, Golden Colts. 4th place, Straight Cash Homie. 3rd place, Super Blind Man. 2nd place, Yoshino Lover. And 1st place, Sluggo Jones. Thanks, everyone. All right, let's take a quick break because I need to use the restroom. Like 2-minute break here, and then we're going to begin. All right, with Sekiro. Like I said, what I'm going to do is bring up the instructions to basically unlock an optional boss at the end of the game. And then we're going to progress on. All right, so give me a few minutes, and I'll be right back, and then we'll begin. Thanks, everybody.